Becoming the $20,000 a month future you starting now. So, okay, I have a question for the coaches and the experts out there. Do you have that millionaire vision of yourself, of your business? Because I think we all entrepreneurs have that, the one that has accomplished all the things, right? Has all these images that we have in our minds about what we really want to accomplish. Maybe they live in your journal. But I'm really curious, who out there has had this thought, had this vision, right? Because I do believe we entrepreneurs, we do this because we believe it's possible. Otherwise, why would we? Anything is truly possible. So if you have a vision of like that, I would love to know. Of course, the curious Debbie in me wants to know exactly what that vision is. But if you're thinking, yeah, I got that picture, say picture in the comments. And hello, welcome. I'm Debbie White. This is my weekly live. I'm a marketing expert and founder of the House of Impact. I have 3 decades of experience, and I help seasoned experts go from invincible. Well, I help them go from invisible to invincible with clear messaging. Hello, good to see you guys. Welcome. So glad you're here. And I am talking today about how do we become the $20,000 a month future you, starting now? Because I really do believe anything is possible. And that's why, I really remember having this moment in time where this was probably 25 years ago. We were on a trip to Telluride. We went skiing, and there are these crazy multi-million-dollar homes all over the mountainside. And we go eat at one of the chalet restaurants overlooking, the beautiful mountains. And I remember thinking at that time, I was about to really launch into running my own business, a new business. And I remember looking around the room, and clearly this was a room of people that, had done quite well. There was a lot of successful people in the room. You could just tell. You can feel it. Like these people owned these chalets, some of them. They went here all the time. We were able to stay in a friend's place. Like this was one of those lucky trips that kind of happened for us. And I was like, what do they have that I don't have? And I wrote a post about this, and hey, the better question, really, the wiser question that I would now ask, that's not the right question. The right question is, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And I really feel like the last 2.5 decades have really begun to really started understanding like there are actions and beliefs you have to get to that place where a $20,000 a month is just, a run of the mill. Maybe it's higher. We certainly have had much higher, but I'm looking out to the people I want to help. And I hear people tell me like, this is a goal they have. So I am curious. I would love to know, well, here's one. And guys, I'll give you a challenge. I'm just curious. What's the biggest number you've dreamt about creating with your business? I dare you to share it in the comments. I think it's fun. They're just numbers. But I think my point here, and I love big numbers, but the point here is having a vision, is the importance of where do you really want to go with your business? What's important to you? And, money's one thing, $1 million a year. I love that. I think that's a common goal for a lot of people. I've been in rooms on business retreats where everyone in the room had the same number, and it was that. I think there's something about that 20K a month. Yeah, that's a solid number. That's a solid number. And there's so much that's possible to hit that number. And starting with having that belief, first of all, the belief that this is possible, and holding on to that belief. And I'll also say, you need to believe in the vision that you want to create. And I want you to really think about that right now. Just let's do this together for a sec. I want you to look into that vision. I want you to hold on to that. Most of us probably have some of this scribbled in some journals. Is anyone a journaler? I have so many journals. I have journals everywhere. I think that's important. I think it's important to get our visions out. So here's the thing I want to ask you guys, because when I start looking at, so how do you go from having a vision to making it happen? And I want to talk through a couple things. For those of you guys that don't know, I had to count. I was like counting on my fingers. This is my 6th business that I've started in 30 years. And I actually have not worked for another company in 30 years, which is nuts. Journals everywhere. Yeah, awesome. You guys are like me. And through the years, I've been fortunate enough to have many of these businesses make multiple 6 figures and one business make 7 figures. And I've learned a lot along the way, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I think the best way to learn is to make a lot of mistakes. So I love talking about these things because it really does all start with that vision and believing in yourself. And the other thing is I love that vision. Right now, I'm visualizing 5K a month, and I will double that vision once I achieve 5K a month. Are these baby steps too baby? No, I think so much is possible. Absolutely not. I don't think they're baby. I think that's a great start. I think you've got to get in a rhythm, and I'll talk about that because there's things that I know can activate people pretty quickly into the growth can happen fast, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I love my journals. The growth can happen fast. So starting off with, okay, we already said have someone in the comments say this, but if you're dreaming of maybe consistent 20K months, we've already had several people say it. You could just put 20K in the comments. We've already had several people say that. Maybe that's your vision. Maybe it's more than that, right? But I like the vision where it's consistent. I think that word's important. Having consistent 20K months, so you can have options, do the things you want. And so let's break that out. How do you get there from here? And the question I look at is, why aren't you there right now? What needs to happen? And I will tell you, if you're a coach or an expert and you've been doing this for 2 to 10 years or more, and you're not quite hitting the numbers that you want, there's typically a few reasons why. And this is typically across the board, what I see. And one is so foundational, and I do talk about it a lot, and it's their overall messaging isn't clear. So it might, in fact, be difficult to tell from their online content what they do. They aren't known for one thing. This is important. And there isn't a strong promise of the transformation that their particular audience actually wants. I look for these things. And usually it's like, okay, I can see where there's a little too much mushy language and it's not clear. So why is this such a big deal? Why do I talk about clear messaging all the time? You cannot create a simple, consistent, high income producing business without this messaging clarity. That's why we deep dive into this right off the bat with our clients. We get in there fast, like within the first week, we're in there doing this, clarifying. So we simply can't see the label inside the jar of our own business and our own messaging when we try to do this on our own. We just can't. We need to have not only reflection, because that's really important, but we need a process that's pulling the right things forward and removing the stuff that doesn't matter. So we have a process for this called the lighthouse effect. And it not only clarifies your why, your niche, but also, and this is important, it also clarifies how you are a one-of-a-kind brand. This is where I see most people out in the marketing world. They're not focusing on how are you unique and different from what else is out there. Why should people prefer you over someone else doing the same thing? Guys, this is paramount to marketing. In marketing, we call that differentiation. I've spent so many years, all the stuff I've done have to do with marketing. This is the cornerstone of how you create a preferred, desirable brand. And everyone has something that makes you that desirable brand. Every one of you has what I call an X factor. You have something that it's the way you do it. It might be your process. It's what you bring to the table that gives your clients an incredible transformation that they will not get anywhere else the way they do with you. And we clarify that. And that's your magic. And you get to own that. And that's not cookie cutter, that's yours. So that's a great question. Someone asked, why should they prefer me over everyone else who does the same thing? So I like to use big name products for comparisons on this stuff. So look at soap. It's a commodity. They really are basically the same thing. There's a lot of products out there. They're hardly any different from the rest. And then you look at what Dove has done as a company with their marketing. They literally became the #1 brand with their Dove Real Beauty campaign. Oh, you were just repeating me. Okay, I'm just talking. I'm seeing the comments. I'm like, okay. So I'll just keep moving along then. But we're dealing with real humans that have real unique attributes. So to me, it's very easy. We can always find things that are unique and amazing that also happen to be what your audience prefers. So we align that. So that's so funny. You were just repeating me. Okay. So messaging clarity. Why is this so important? It allows you to become a known brand that's unlike any other with, like I was saying, a specific point of differentiation. I know. I love Dove too, literally because of their marketing. And so I want to repeat that again. Messaging clarity allows you to become a known brand that's unlike any other with a specific point of differentiation. Now, what I just said, that's a premium brand. And there's another thing that comes into this. There's another lever, I call it, that allows you to have these consistent high income earning months is when you're a premium brand, you should have premium pricing. And I am a proponent of having premium offers. So once you have this clarity and you build an irresistible premium offer that has enormous value to your ideal clients, this is important. Your offer needs to convey massive value in your messaging to the people that actually want that. We help you align it to where your audience is at. Most people, they kind of miss that really key point. So once we have these things in line, and it's just a system. So then once we have this, we call it a hell yes offer. Like your audience will say hell yes to this offer once we get all of this clarified. Then it becomes easy. It's a simple process. It's work, but you're following a simple process that we have proven over and over again. And all of your content is driving to that one signature offer. It really can't be more simple than that. So you're also building connections at the same time. And your clarified content is reaching people at a more meaningful level now, making it so much easier to reach them and to stand out. So we do have a simple 3-step high voltage process, and it does generate big jumps of income. And I was telling you about this earlier, fast. So our clients are hitting goals that they previously have not before with this newfound clarity and a simple process. And the process is about having a hell yes offer, a simple content system, and a simple sales system. They all work together. They all are rooted in messaging clarity. And these are the kind of results that we're seeing just now, like literally this year. I mean, we're only into the second week of, almost the third week of February, but we're seeing $30,000 in 1 month. We're seeing clients with, $16,000 in 1 week, 10 times their growth, a business model that is scaling to multiple 6 figures. So this is possible because they are following a proven, simple process that actually allows them to be uniquely known for what they do with clarity. So the other cool thing about clarity is it builds confidence. And it opens doors up to creating a very easy, scalable system. When I say easy, it's work, guys. You got to work in your business. But let me even clarify the word simple. When you have 3 steps that you need to take and everything else is noise, and you cut out 80% of the noise, you're left with things that actually move the needle. And that's where I want people spending their time, on what we call money-making activities. You could call it impact-making activities, because my audience, they really want to make a big impact and they want to get well paid doing that. So that's what we see. We see people able to generate as much as last year's revenue in 3 months' time. So it can happen. You can have those big leaps with this in place. So if you're watching, and I see a lot of you out there making comments, thank you for that. If you have questions, drop them. But for those of you that are experienced coaches and consultants, and you have this vision of having consistent 20K plus months, and you want to build and having them be consistent months, building a multi-6-figure business. And what I said, building a known brand. Our high voltage program is designed specifically to do that. And it's a very structured journey that brings clarity. It brings distinction and substantial growth. So if you want to know more about how do we do this? How does this even work? Just write growth in the chat, and myself or Trisha will reach out to you and we'll give you some information. We are pre-enrolling for our next high voltage cohort. We're super excited. And meanwhile, I will be back here live on March 5th. I am taking next week off to do a trip. I'm doing a business trip combined with a trip to see my daughter. I will be checking all messages and all the things, but I'll be back here live 2 weeks from today, March 5th. I know, here we go into the 3rd month. It's around the corner. So, yeah, I'd love to talk to you. I know I'm seeing comments. So yeah, just put growth if you want to find out more. I'll circle back with you guys. And thank you so much for spending this Tuesday with me. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you that are new to me. And as always, if you have questions, let me know. Thank you. I love helping you guys. And I really want to leave with have that vision. And I just, so much of this is about belief and mindset. And it is so possible. You absolutely have something amazing. So many of you guys, you guys are here to make a difference in the world. And that's what motivates me, is if I can help you, you're going to help even more people. Together, we get to make a huge impact. And I get to help you do it in a way that's simpler and is a lot better than probably what you're doing right now. That's the goal. So thank you so much. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a beautiful Tuesday, everybody.